Right, here's my game, all going well. I've got my player that can run and jump and stuff. I do have an issue though, which is when I fall off, like over here, I keep falling forever. It feels like my position should be reset back to the beginning or something on those lines. And you know what would be nice? Would be checkpoints as well. So we're going to do those things right now. The way I'm going to go about it is, firstly, I'm going to insert a new object which should be called player spawn. You can probably see where this is going, player spawn. And it doesn't actually need, it's going to be invisible to the player, so it doesn't need an animation, this particular one. It's just going to have a position. And I think the reason they just gave me some extra ones there, because I did this previously and then undid all my changes. GDevelop forgot that I'd undone everything. So I've got a player spawn object which is at a particular position, and what I'm going to say, I need to detect when my player falls out of the scene, and the way I'm going to do that is using coordinates. So you can see down in this bottom corner here, it shows the coordinates of my cursor. So this top left corner is 0, 0. As I head over to the right, the x coordinate is going up positive. As I head down, the y coordinate is increasing positively as well. And it feels like by the time the y coordinate has got to 1,000, it's all over. So that's what we're going to use. We're going to say when the y coordinate is greater than 1,000, reset the player's position back to the player spawn position. Let's do that. Add a new event, player, and we're going to look at its y position. Where's that? Somewhere in here. Compare y position of an object, and we're going to say if it's greater than 1,000. Done. And the action is going to be the player. We're going to set his position, or her position, to the player spawn dot x for the x coordinate, capital X, very case sensitive GDevelop, so you have to make sure you capitalize correctly, player spawn dot y. And we do need to choose an operator. I'll just show you what it looks like where you don't. You see you've got this red stuff underlined in squiggles, so we can just quickly say we need to set it to. So set the x coordinate to player spawn x and the y coordinate to the player spawn dot y, so setting it to position. So check that, should work. So if I fall off the edge here, fallen far enough, it's set me right back up here. Good. Checkpoint. So I'm going to add a new, again, invisible object, but invisible in a slightly different way. I'm going to call it checkpoint 1. Now the reason I say it's slightly different way is it needs to do collisions, because the player needs to collide with it, which means it does need an animation, because then the animation will have a hitbox. So I'm going to edit with Piscal, and I could leave it completely blank, but what I'm going to choose to do is I'm going to make it entirely transparent. Is that right? Oh no, I'm just going to leave it completely blank. That's fine for now. So edit hitboxes. Yeah, I've got a hitbox that'll work just fine. So checkpoint 1. And where am I going to put that? I'll just drag it to, say, here. That's why I wanted to put a bit of transparency on it, because I can't even see the thing now. Checkpoint 1, there we go. I'll hover over it and it says it's right there. So in the event sheet, I'm going to say when the player collides with the checkpoint, we are going to just move the player spawn to the position of the checkpoint. So the player spawn set position to the x position will be the checkpoint 1 dot x, and the, don't forget the set to, and set to checkpoint 1 dot y. I think that may work. We'll see. So if I fall off over this way, I'm back to the original position. I jump up to here. I should have touched the player spawn at this point. Will it set me back there? It does. So I've got my checkpoint. And then I could do similar things. I could add more checkpoints of a similar nature, so that you're not sent all the way back to the beginning if you make one tiny little mistake.